and it's easy on the eye.
Hey guys, it is me, your girl Z, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are discussing the 15 things that I wish that I knew when I was diagnosed with alopecia. These are both some like super serious things and some not so serious things. I'm discussing kind of treatments and things that I wish that I knew were available to me after being diagnosed with alopecia. And so on and so forth, like things I kind of wish I knew society were going to bring up to me. So let's get right on into those 15 things. So sitting right at number 1, we are talking about the fact that you are not going to change in the eyes of the people that love you. It is impossible. For whatever reason, the 11-year-old version of me thought that every single person in my life was going to look at me different because of my alopecia. Surprise, surprise, it never happened. Coming right in at number 2, there is no medicinal cure for alopecia, though there are non-medicinal steps that you can take to promote hair growth. That was not told to me the day of my diagnosis. I did not know that alopecia did not have a cure. I do not think that my doctor did that on like he was just being completely oblivious to the fact that was information that I needed to know. I think that he looked at me and my mom, and I was an emotional wreck, which made my mom an emotional wreck, and he just thought, okay, maybe now is not the time to tell her that. She's already distraught enough. But I can tell you that later on throughout my journey, there were things that I did that did promote hair growth, and I did notice changes about that. And hopefully down the line, I can kind of break down of what that process was for me and kind of show you some pictures and things that I noticed throughout that journey. Right at number 3, doctors can write prescriptions for you to wear hats. This is for my school age people. This is for the parents of the school age kid that has been diagnosed with alopecia. Talk to your dermatologist and get your dermatologist to write your kid a prescription to wear a hat at school. Yes, it needs to be sent to the entire faculty. That is something that needs to happen. You need to remind your kid that you don't owe other children an explanation as to why they get to wear a hat and the other kids don't. That is something that actually saved me a lot of the time during my school age years, was being able to wear a hat, and it made me a lot more comfortable, which was extremely important. Talk to your dermatologist. They will be able to write a prescription for you or your kid to wear a hat, and that is something that I wish that I knew. I didn't find that out until probably 2 years in, and it literally saved the rest of my school age career. So coming in at number 4, some insurance companies will help you pay for your wigs. So I know that after my mom and I had a conversation with my insurance company, there was actually a way for us to purchase a wig and then send them the receipt, and they would reimburse me. I want to say that I did that once or twice. I was never actually too concerned with that part of it. I bought a lot of wigs over time, and I've always just spent my own money. For those of you that would like to get your money back from that, though, that is an option. So yeah, go ahead and look into that. Talk to your insurance company about it, because it is something that is helpful information. Right in at number 5, the 2 treatment options that they will probably offer you are not very comfy options. So they presented me with 2 different options, and the first option was a steroid. They gave it to me topically and orally. So they prescribed me a topical solution where I would put it on my bald spots and I would just rub it in. That part of it, that not a problem. I could deal with that. That was easy. But the oral version of that steroid, I remember being in like the 8th grade and being extremely hungry and extremely angry all of the time. And I do know that that was 100% the cause of my appetite and my anger issues at that time. I did gain a lot of weight during that time, which did not help being in the 8th grade. Very transitional point in my life. That was the first option that they gave me. I did do both the topical and the oral. And then the second option that they gave me, which I also did this one as well, was I got injections directly into my scalp. Not a very comfy feeling, very scary. But I can tell you that it did grab control of my alopecia in a way that was more manageable. Like I saw results is basically what I'm trying to say. I know other people that have done the scalp injections that also saw results. So it might not be comfy, but it does work. And I wish that I would have known that those were my 2 treatment options when I was diagnosed. Right at number 6, you need to start journaling and reminding yourself of how much you love who you are. This was something that I did not realize was a very necessary thing to do until I was about 4 years into my journey. It's important because when a lot starts changing for you aesthetically on the outside, you get so caught up and overwhelmed with trying to take control of that you completely forget all of the great inside qualities that you have, all of the internal things that you hold that make you who you are. And you don't want to get lost in the sauce. So just grab you a journal and remind yourself of all your greatness, because everything might change externally, but internally you're still going to be the same beautiful person day to day. And that was something that I didn't start doing until later on, but I did notice helped me a lot. At number 7, and this, it also connects to number 5, but number 7 is your body dysmorphia will try and play tricks on you. Every time I gain weight in my life, and check this out, I am a naturally curvy girl. That is just my genetics. I cannot change that. But with that being said, my mind plays tricks on me. I tell myself, you cannot be bald and fat. You absolutely have to pick a struggle, and you need to do it fast, because getting a hold of your weight is very important. That was always my mindset, and I realized that I was never actually ever fat. I was just transitioning into my grown woman body, as they like to call it, and I was not prepared for the weight gain that came with that. So even still, when I was younger, the steroids they did have me on, I was constantly eating, which I did gain weight, and that did kind of affect me in a negative way. So all I'm saying is that your brain will try and tell you that you cannot be bald and fat, but you can be bald and whatever you want to be. You can be losing your hair and be whatever you want to be. So do not let your mind and your body dysmorphia take over and win. Just remember, you are beautiful all the way around. Beautiful. It doesn't matter what situation you are in, what situation you are not in, what is happening on the outside. You are a beautiful person, because external features mean zero. They mean nothing. Not important. At number 8, we are going to discuss the fact that some people will stop being your friend throughout this journey. You don't need to take it personally, because you have a community. You are not alone. I hope that through my channel, I can kind of find and bring that community together so that we can all, we can let people know that you're not alone through this process, because you will lose people. You will stop being friends with people because you're going to go through a period of isolation, and some people can deal with that and some people can't. But I will tell you right now that the people that stick with you throughout this entire journey are people that will be in your life for the rest of your life. That is something that I know for sure, and I'm telling you right now that the people that you lose you're not actually taking a loss. But I do hope that through my channel I can kind of show people that here's your community. Oh, this is a safe space. We're here for you because you have a community, because there are a million people in the world that deal with alopecia, and some people are open about it and some people are not. But regardless, there's a large group of people that have their arms open to you, and I am one of those people. So number 9, this is very important. I wish that I knew this because I was freaking out. Number 9, they make lace front eyebrows. You can get your eyebrows tattooed on, or you can get them microbladed. You can get eyebrows tinted. Because of my alopecia, I have thinner eyebrows, so I do fill my eyebrows in. I do hope to get my eyebrows tinted pretty soon, but you have options. I have never personally used the lace front eyebrows, but that is an option. It's just like a lace front wig, but it's for your brows. Like, who would have thought? You know, who would have thought that? Number 10. Number 10, men don't care about whether or not you have hair. Some do, but most of them don't. To the 11-year-old Zanaya, who literally thought her dating life was over and she didn't even have one. Like, I literally thought, oh my God, my dating life hasn't even started. It hasn't even started and it's already over. Because who wants to date the bald girl? Nobody wants to date the girl who's losing her hair. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to date the bald girl. I really thought that. I really thought that. And I'm telling you right now, they don't care, babe. There are men in the world that want to lick my head clean, okay? They love me bald-headed, and they love when I put on a 30-inch bust down. It just is what it is. There are men that love a bald head. I don't know why. I've never asked them why, because I don't really care. But I'm telling you, don't be concerned with that. So, number 11, being bald will make other people uncomfortable, even when you yourself aren't uncomfortable at all. I don't know why this is necessarily, but I have noticed the older that I get, that sometimes I get in a room and people will like act weird. Like, they'll act hesitant to approach me, or act hesitant to like have a conversation with me, or they'll act uncomfortable and they'll give me stares and they'll say certain things under their breath. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but sometimes you will get in environments where people will be more uncomfortable at the fact that you are bald than you are uncomfortable about the fact that you're bald. Because I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. Number 12, learn what remission is. People will ask how long you've been in remission. The first time it happened to me, I did not even know what remission was. So when the woman said it to me, I was just staring at her like. And she was like, oh my God, do you not have cancer? And I was like, no. And she was like, oh. And I said, yeah, no, I have alopecia, I have a hair loss disease. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, it's fine. It's cool. Don't worry about it. I don't know. But people will ask. So know what it is. Number 13, the people that complain after making a decision to get their own hair cut aren't being mean. They're being oblivious. I've had plenty of people come to me and say, oh my God, I'm going to cut my hair short. I think I'm going to love it. And I'm like, are you sure? That's all I say. Are you sure? Yes. Oh my God, why would I regret it? I don't know, but just make sure you're certain on this. Just make sure you're certain. Oh, I'm totally certain. Like, I'm totally gonna do it. Then they do it, and then, like, literally right after they do it, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that I did that. Like, why would I do that? What you crying for is gonna grow back. It's gonna grow back, babe. Like, relax. Relax. There are people in the world that cut their hair and do not realize that what they just did is the start of something new. Sorry, that's from my High School Musical people. But all I'm saying is there are people that cut their hair and do not even realize that that is the last time that their hair will ever be that length, because it's not coming back after that. And you're sitting here in my face, boo-hoo, crying about a decision that you decided to make openly, and you're not in the position where it's not gonna come back. Like, shut up, it's gonna grow back. So they're not being mean though, they're just being oblivious. They don't realize what they're doing when they do that, but they're gonna do it. Number 14, people will stare at you, but in admiration and inquisition, not to simply be rude. A lot of the time people stare at me, I'm like, why the hell are they staring at me? And it's usually like 10 or 15 minutes later, they come up to me and they're like, you are so beautiful. And I'm like, oh my God. 20 minutes ago, I wanted to fight you because you wouldn't stop staring at me, but thank you. Thank you so much. Or the people that will walk up to you and spark up an entire conversation, be 30 minutes into a conversation, and then they're like, do you mind if I ask, like, what made you shave your head bald like that? Like, what made you do that? And now you're giving them your entire journey and your whole life story. I mean, people are going to stare at you, but they're usually doing it in, they want to know what your situation is, or they are completely admirable at how you carry yourself. So just remember that, because I struggled to make that click in my brain, but that is real. That is very real. And number 15, I think this is the most important one. I wish somebody told me this when I was crying in the doctor's office. It's really not that deep. Don't make me repeat it. It's really not that deep. Like, it's not. It's only as deep as you allow it to be. It will only make you as weak as you allow it to be. You need to take this tower moment that God is handing you and turn it into a power moment, because that is exactly what He is expecting of you. When you start losing your hair, do not let that be the end for you. You need to take that and flip that and let that make you stronger, because I am telling you right now, 11 years ago, I would have never thought that I would feel the way that I feel about myself today. And I'm telling you right now that my alopecia has everything to do with it. Everything. Because almost like halfway through my journey, I was like, is it really even that deep? Like, I'm telling you this right now. If you don't hear anything else that I say for this whole video, please hear me when I say, it hurts right now, but I promise you later on, you are going to look back and you're going to say, it wasn't even that serious, girl. Like, I look back and I'm like, 11-year-olds and I, you was just being dramatic, babe. You had no idea how much of a baddie this was going to make you. You had no idea. So then I look back and I'm like, you know what? Thank you, God. Thank you. That is something that I do so often. I'm like, God, thank you for making me bald-headed. And with that being said, that is the 15 things I wish that I knew when I was diagnosed with alopecia. This has been the best 11 years of my life. And all I can say is that I hope that I helped somebody, anybody, everybody scream through this video. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to flip your hair. And yeah, with that, I'm going to say I love you and I appreciate you for watching. Comment below any questions or concerns that you may have. Bye.